Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on our virtual tour. My name is Magali Bertoya. I'm the Associate Director in the Admissions Office. I'm delighted to welcome you today in our school, even if it's remote. So our previous tours were live, but today I will comment from home on a video that we have recorded a week ago in anticipation of a temporary closure. 3 COVID-19 cases were reported, therefore we have closed our primary school building. We are planning to reopen our primary building and welcome back on site our primary students beginning of December. As the primary cases are not related with our secondary school remains open. All our primary students have switched to online remote learning. We opened our school end of August. Actually, the Lycée was among the first schools to open in New York City. We are very hopeful this measure is short and temporary. That being said, let's start our tour. Before we show you our primary library, let's take a quick look at the entrance. The Lycée has 2 different entrances, one for the primary students and a second one for the secondary students. Obviously, this year, due to COVID-19, we have increased the number of entrances to make the drop-off and pick-up run smoother and safer. Now, as you know, schools have to follow some guidelines for the safety of our students, staff members, and community. Therefore, you will see some rooms which have been rearranged for a new purpose. Now, let's go inside our primary library. We have transformed our library into a classroom to accommodate a small pod of students. Our primary library contains many French and English books. You can find magazines, graphic novels, picture books, and chapter books. We also have a library for our students in the secondary. Our 2 libraries remain closed for in-person lending, but our students can always borrow books through a very specific process that respects sanitary measures to protect our students. For the younger children, parents can select the books they wish to borrow as well. Then the books are brought directly to their children's classroom. Now, let's go to our cafeteria. Our cafeteria hosts now 2 classrooms. Our cafeteria can usually hold 216 people. As we cannot serve any meals to our students, let me share with you some insight of what we were offering. Our fresh and healthy meals included an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. Depending on our students' age, they could have access to our buffet, our sandwiches stand, and our salad bar. As much as possible, our chef was buying local, bio, and seasonal ingredients. Every day, we offered a vegan dish. Children in nursery, pre-K, K, and first grade eat family style in their classrooms because the size of our tables and chairs in our cafeteria are too big for them. Then starting second grade, they eat in our cafeteria until 9th grade. Food plays a huge part in French culture, so discovering new dishes is part of our students' life at the Lycée. Here is our drive-through. This location has been reconverted into a playground for the greatest joy of our primary students, but not only, apparently, our teacher seems to enjoy playing with our students as well. As you can see, our students can ride tricycles, Of course, we sanitize them after every use. Normally, that's where our students could come and play basketball during their free time. That location is also used to drop off the children in nursery, pre-K, and K. As you can see, the lycée is a light-filled facility. Our building occupies an entire city block. Actually, the lycée was founded in 1935 by the Consul General of France in New York. A few decades ago, our school community was spread out across 7 buildings in Manhattan. Then in 2003, we unified our campus for all students. And in 2016, we expanded our school with our York wing, but I will talk about it with more details later on. At the lycée, we do not have a uniform, but a dress code, except for the gym clothing. Our dress code consists of a white top and a solid gray pant or skirt or dress. Students can also wear a solid navy blue or gray jacket or sweater. During the year, we have some dress down days. They usually take place every last day before vacation. Now it's time to visit other classrooms. We are now entering our primary school building. Let's have a look at what is going on inside a preschool classroom with one of our English teachers.
Now, what type of leaves did you bring, Noah? Yeah, what's in your bag? What color is that leaf? Brown. 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 And what color are those leaves? Now, are they all the same shape? No. How many shapes do you see? They're all curvy.
Please take a quick look at the signs on the floor. As you can see, our teachers are very, very creative. They wanted to make the social distancing fun for our students. So our students can play while they are online, and they know how to keep their distance very easily that way. Now, let's take a look at another classroom.
Alors, regardez, les enfants. Regardez ici. C'est écrit combien ici? Combien? Ah, et là? Non, pas deux. Louis, combien? Trois. Et là? Deux. Et là? Trois. Et là? Deux. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire à votre avis? Regardez. Là? Alors, s'il y a écrit A, je colorie combien de feuilles? Ah bon? Charles, je t'écoute. Une feuille.
Now I want to show you the art posted on our walls. In nursery, pre-K and K, children will be exposed to art on a daily basis. Starting first grade, our students have art instructions in our art classroom with an art instructor. Art instruction is part of our curriculum. Let me remind you that most of our classes have been divided by 2 in order to have smaller pods. The main goal of our tour today is to give you a glance of our school. This is also a great opportunity for you to see how we manage to handle the constraints of the social distancing for the safety of our students and our staff members. In order to avoid contact contamination, all our preschoolers have a bag filled with materials that cannot be shared with their classmates. Each class in nursery, pre-K and K have 2 teachers, one native French-speaking teacher and one native English-speaking teacher. When the primary school is open, nursery and pre-K students are coming to school every morning from Monday to Thursday. Then, every afternoon, they have a session of 30 minutes with one teacher. Let's say that the pod of your child had a morning class with his English-speaking teacher. Then, in the afternoon, the remote session will be held by the French-speaking teacher. For kindergarten, children come to school either the morning or the afternoon. They also have remote sessions either in the morning or the afternoon. On Fridays, there are no students in our school. Our preschoolers have 2 remote languages sessions with an assistant teacher, 1 session in French and 1 session in English. On Fridays, our preschoolers have also a music session. This session is pre-recorded because every student takes a nap at a different time. Throughout the day, our teachers help our students to develop self-awareness and social skills. So we are in the hall of a floor where you have several classrooms for the elementary. Now we will enter an elementary class. Beginning 1st grade, our classroom instructions are taught 80% in French and 20% in English. French, history, and math are taught with their homeroom teacher. Music, art, science, PE are taught with a specialized instructor.
Et vous aurez aussi le fiche.
At the lycée, students learn how to write in cursive. Our students in 1st and 2nd grades stay all day at school. It's very important at this age to be able to stay with their teachers because they learn to write and read. As I told you at the beginning of the tour, we have closed our primary school for a few days, but hopefully we will reopen beginning of December. Students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades are coming either on mornings or on afternoons, depending on the pod they belong in. We use a very specific method to teach how to read in French. We start this program end of kindergarten and we continue throughout 1st grade. The method is called Borel-Maisonnée. The Borel-Maisonnée is a phonetic and gestural method that teaches French reading in a multisensory approach. The idea is to associate each sound with a specific gesture that will help memorizing, but also act as a link between the sound and its graphic representation. Here is our playground. Let's take a few minutes and enjoy watching our students having fun. Our rooftop playground is for our children in the elementary school, featuring a playing field and playground equipment in a safety and padded flooring. Preschoolers have recess once a day, either in our rooftop playground or in our drive-through that you saw earlier, or in our patio that you will discover later. Before COVID-19, our students were also able to go playing at John Jay Park. The park is located across from the lycée. Because of the sanitary crisis, we have created 4 different areas for our children to play safely. Actually, each pod has its own specific space and time. Please know that when our preschoolers are in their classrooms, they also have a movement class every day, even though they cannot go inside our 2 beautiful movement classrooms. We didn't change our curriculum. Before we leave our primary school tower, let me share with you information about a method that we are using with our primary students, the ruler method. The ruler is an evidence-based approach to social and emotional learning developed at the Yale Center of Emotional Intelligence. This method helps students to promote the development of 5 key emotion skills. Actually, ruler, the letter R stands for recognizing, the letter U stands for understanding, the letter L for labeling, the letter E for expressing, and finally the letter R for regulating. Now let's take the elevator together and go to our gymnasium. We offer a wide variety of sports within our curriculum: wall climbing, volleyball, soccer, gymnastics, ping pong, handball, tennis, track and fields, etc. Starting 6th grade, students can be part of a league. I would say that a full 2/3 of our secondary school students participate in any of our 43 after-school athletic teams. Our students compete against top New York City independent schools. We have many athletic teams. We offer, among others, basketball, volleyball, squash, soccer, swimming, track and field, rugby, gymnastics, baseball, tennis, etc. Students train and compete in either of our 2 full-size gymnasium or outside of the lycée on Randall's Island or Roosevelt Island or Central Park North Meadow. Our students take a bus to the lycée, and when their training or competition are done, we drive them back to the lycée. While we are enjoying watching our students, let me talk very briefly about our after-school programs. We offer a wide choice of after-school activities and clubs. Our students have the opportunity to develop their linguistic, musical, theatrical, artistic, technological, and digital knowledge in an atmosphere of fun, creativity, and invention. We also have a choir, an harmony band. In the primary, students can learn chess and compete on a competitive chess team. They can choose from computer programming, graphic design, comic book creation, television broadcasting, and many, many other activities. I suggest that you check our website for more information. Before we leave the sport department floor, I just want to share with you 2 interesting aspects of our school. The first one is about our parents' community. Our parents are amazing and very, very involved in our school. Before COVID, the Lycée was holding 5 community events to support the mission of our school. Parent leadership and volunteers are essentials to the success of our events. And if I may, it's also a great way to get to know our community members when your child joins our school, as it is for new students when they enroll in one of our athletic leagues or after-school activities. That's the best way to make friends. The second great aspect is about our counseling department. We have a team of 5 professional counselors that guide our students. They have a deep experience in international higher education and admissions. Now let's talk very briefly about world languages. Our students are not only bilingual. Starting 6th grade, our students need to choose a foreign language. We offer Spanish, German, Italian, Chinese, and Arabic. They continue studying their chosen language through 12th grade. On top of that, if a student is really into foreign languages, starting 10th grade, they may also take a 4th language. In the secondary, students may also elect to take Latin or ancient Greek. So now let me check if we have any questions in our chat. If you have questions for me, not yet. So we will continue our visit. I just want to let you know that every student takes French and English literature. They are introduced to major authors of both culture across centuries. It's extremely important for us that they have knowledge of the French and English heritage. So now we are entering our cultural center space. So this space is used for many expositions. And when we don't have expositions, our secondary students can come here to have a break between 2 classes. And sometimes they're working on specific projects. During their lunchtime before COVID, they were also able to come here and have their lunch with their friends. So now let's have a look at our cultural center, our auditorium, actually. We have a 354 seats auditorium. We host a lot of events in our auditorium: dance and music events, student theater, movie nights, conferences, performances. We also have a very interesting program that we call Artistes en Résidence. It's an amazing program that we call the Artist in Residence program. We actually invite artists to stay a few days with some of our students, and we ask them to share their knowledge with them. This program inspires creativity in our students. Those renowned artists work in many and different fields: youth theater, mime, body percussions, jewelry and design, hip-hop dancer, visual arts, theater. So it's a very interesting program. And at the end of the time they spend with our artists, we invite other students from different grades to come and watch their performance in our auditorium. They are welcome to come if, of course, they don't have a class at the same time. It's a great way also to show different kind of art to our students, even though they were not selected to participate to that program. So now we will go to our makerspace. The general philosophy here is to facilitate project-based learning to make learning interesting and memorable. And we have implemented PBL to many grades in our school, because we truly believe that it's a very nice way to learn. Our students use all kinds of tools, including traditional hand tools such as hammer, saws, drills, and also modern tools such as laser cutters, 3D printers. In the youngest grades, our students start with gross motor skills such as hammering. More advanced classes add in both electrical and moving elements to their creations. Students from 3rd to 12th grade are welcome in our makerspace. For younger grades, we travel to their classroom with tools, materials, and expertise, of course. The makerspace and the media lab that I will show you in a few seconds are 2 places where our students get great hands-on experiences. So that's the secondary library that you can see. Now we will take the stairs and go directly to our media lab. So as I was saying earlier, the Lycée expanded a few years ago. We have created the New York wing. We wanted to create more space for our students to learn in a different way than classical classrooms. So that's why we have created the makerspace, the media lab. We also have a movement class for the smaller children. So you are now entering the New York wing.
Maggie, we do have one question in the chat from Sarah Newman. Hello, and thank you very much for the tour. This is wonderful. Just 2 quick questions. For early childhood, how are the after-school programs designed? And where are they held? What is the ratio? And the second question is, are there any STEM studies, which is science, technology, mathematics? I forget what the E is.
Absolutely. So our after schools programs, so this year are pretty much online because of the COVID, but we have been able to offer a wide variety of after school programs, even for the preschoolers. For the preschoolers, we can offer, let me talk very briefly about the media lab that you show, and I will come back to your question. So actually our media lab includes a production booth and editing base that we cannot see because it's below the space where we stand right now. We have a green screen and it's used in tandem with a multi-camera television and lighting studio. The media lab is used by our students from 3rd grade through 12th grade. In the primary school, students in 3rd grade study media literacy. Students in 4th grade produce their own iTunes podcast, and students in 5th grade create the journal télévisé shown in our school assemblies. In the secondary school, students and faculty members across all disciplines work in collaboration. So here it's the office of our head of school, Mrs. Evelyn Este. So yes, they work in collaboration with our media integrator. Students can also book our media lab equipment via an app. Media professionals such as journalists and filmmakers make regular visits to run training for teachers and students. So here it's our patio. Our patio welcomes our students for recess as well. Before COVID, our patio was used for many purposes. Students came here for gardening, for working on science experiments, for special events such as the annual Halloween parade, etc. So to come back to the question I was trying to answer earlier, yes, we have many after-school activities for all our students from nursery to 12th grade. So for preschooler, they can, for example, attend a culinary sessions. They can also in the elementary learn how to play chess. They can do some coding. So there's many activities in different fields. And regarding the STEM, that's something that we truly believe at the lycée, because we need to prepare our students for the future. So that's why we have invested in our New York wing with our media lab and our maker space. And we bought it's professional materials that we are using, because again, we really want to expose our students to recent materials to make them understand what they can achieve in that kind of fields. Because when the students are leaving the Lycée Français de New York, they can embrace different paths. So if they are into art, if they are into STEM, it's not something that they can rule out, because they have been exposed to many programs that we have put in place inside our curriculum. So I hope I answered your question. So now, do you have any more questions for me before I leave you? It seems not. So it was very nice for me to spend some time with you this morning. So I hope that I answer pretty much most of your questions.
Yes? Quick question, sorry.
Sure.
Bonjour. Bonjour et merci pour cette visite. Question sur la rentrée des préschool, savoir s'il y aurait une chance pour que la rentrée se fasse en personne à partir de décembre, ou si ça risque de prendre un petit peu plus de temps.
Alors, c'est quelque chose...
Can you translate the question in English?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm not talking to you.
We're in San Francisco. It's still early. The question was for the preschool. I was wondering if there is a chance for the preschool to reopen in-person classes starting in December, or if we...
Starting in September.
In September, I'm sorry.
So you mean for next year, right?
Yes.
The question is yes. Now it's very difficult to answer and to be completely affirmative, because we don't know how the COVID-19 crisis will be at that time. You have to know that our priority here at the Lycée Français de New York is to open. We truly believe that the students must come to school. So that's our main goal. And you can see that we have been able to separate actually our primary school and our secondary school. And the reason why we are doing that is because if we have a COVID case in one school, we don't have to close the whole school. So that's very important. Our goal is to stay open. As I was saying earlier, maybe you were not here at the beginning of my presentation. We have been told that we have free COVID tested students in the primary. So that means we just have closed our primary school for a few days, but our goal is to reopen beginning of December. So now I guess, and I'm very hopeful that in September, you know, it will get better. We will have a vaccine. So I would say that there's no reason that we couldn't open, we can't open in September. We were able to open this year in August. We were actually among the first schools to open in New York City. And until now, we were able to stay open. So I would say yes, after I cannot control what's gonna happen regarding the COVID crisis, but that's our goal.
So unless there is a vaccine, the school will not open full-time for early childhood?
No, I cannot answer that because it's far. September is far, so we don't know how the COVID-19 will be at that time. So maybe we will be able to open fully, but that's not something that I can say because nobody knows at this time. Nobody knows.
If I may add something, Yeah, I mean, there is also another dimension that, like all the schools, we are learning. It's a crisis that nobody's been prepared to. So this year we did it like that with pods. Of course, it's going, I mean, if the situation continues as it is, our strategy will evolve and we will try our best to make as much as possible in presentiel, you know, in-person teaching.
Yes.
Now, I mean, it's also, we have limited space like all the schools, and we are trying our best, you know, to make it possible. But it's a big challenge. And I would say, like all the schools, it's very complicated to organize that. But yes, clearly our objective is to do as much as possible in person, because it's the best way to teach and to learn.
Yes, absolutely. And if I may add something, we managed to rearrange many spaces to welcome additional classrooms, because our goals was to welcome all our students, even if it was part-time, I would say, maybe only the morning or the afternoon, but the schools was able to offer a hybrid model. So all our students are able to come to school. I know that it's not the same in every schools in New York City.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
So actually, if you are interested in our school and you haven't applied yet, I would strongly suggest you to start your application now. The deadline is December 15. Now, if you have any additional question, please don't hesitate to contact me or my colleagues in the admissions office. We will be delighted to answer any question you may have. It was very nice to spend some time with you this morning. So again, don't hesitate to contact us if you have any additional question. Have a very nice day, and see you soon, hopefully. Bye.
Thank you, Magali.
Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.